Hello, what's up everyone? Now, wireless flashing is actually very easy to do. There's nothing too complicated about it. It's actually very straightforward. So, let's get straight into it. Now, there are two main ways to do wireless flashing, and that is an optical slave system and a radio transmitter system. So a lot of cameras nowadays, they have built-in optical slave transmitters, such as the Canon EOS 70D, the Canon EOS 600D, 650D, 700D, 60D, they all have the built-in so-called speed light transmitter. Now there are two types of optical slaves. There's one smart type and a dumb type. So the smart type actually allows the camera to communicate to the flash using, let me power on the camera, using an infrared pulse. Now for Canon, this is done using either the built-in flash or a STE2 transmitter. So you do need proprietary Canon flashes that actually support this feature for this to actually work. So the smart optical slave system, basically, you set your so-called smart flash to slave mode. So now it's waiting for an infrared signal containing the exposure information, and to set that on your camera's behalf, you just go into menu. This is for Canon. I'm not sure about Nikon. You just go to flash control, built-in flash settings, and enable the wireless function. Make sure it's enabled. And basically you set the flash output inside the camera. So once that's done, the internal, the built-in flash, of your DSLR will be functioning as a master or a commander unit that commands the external flash to fire at the output you have just set. So let me demo that. Now, as you can see, the internal flash went off and it hit the receiver on the flash, and the flash relays that information and it outputs. Now do note that all optical slave systems require line of sight between the transmitter and the receiver, so that is one limitation, and usually they tend to only work in short distances, so you can't really go too far with these. And again, for this system, you need compatible camera and flash. Now, apart from that one, there is the dumb optical slave system. So on some manual flashes, if I'm not wrong, the Nikon flashes use this system. Now my Yongnuo flash here also uses the so-called dumb optical slave system. So what that does is you set the output of the flash on the flash itself. So as you can see, I'm on 1/128th power. So basically what will happen is the flash will always output 1/128th of a power, and I cannot set that inside the camera because I set it on the flash side. So basically the flash will fire once it receives any pulse of bright light. So basically it will respond to any pulse of light, so you do risk misfires, but the upside would be it's compatible with any camera with a flash. So basically it doesn't really matter whatever I've set on camera, as long as there is a pulse of flash from the camera, the flash would fire. As you can see, it just did. So it's not only sensitive to standard light pulses, it's also sensitive to infrared light pulses. Now to demonstrate that, I have a remote control unit that's actually intended for a remote shutter release, but still what it does, it emits a infrared light pulse. So to demonstrate that, I will hold the remote trigger shutter release to the flash's receiver, and I will press the button on it. As you can see, the flash fired, and there was no actual light pulse, it's just an infrared light pulse. So to demonstrate normal light pulses, my Canon 320EX speed light actually emits a short pulse of LED light, just as an indicator to show that it is in slave mode. So if I hold this pulse up to the receiver, it will actually also cause it to fire, as you can see. So again, misfire prone, but still compatibility. So apart from optical slave systems, we have the second system, and that is radio transmitter system. So this one, you will need a radio transmitter unit. I'm using a third-party one called the Yongno RF603C. I also have a review of this. Now, the Canon equivalent one is called the STE3 transmitter, which is a hell lot more expensive than this. I could get 10 of these for one of those. But still, all you have to do is mount one unit to your camera. I'm using a transceiver here, so that means each unit can either act as a transmitter or a receiver. So I have one here, so this will act as the transmitter, and what I have to do is simply put another one on my flash, so it's on the base of my flash. So this one will be acting as the receiver, so we'll receive the signal from this one and trigger this flash. So do make sure both of them are powered on, so when I do take a picture from the camera, the flash would go off. So what's good about radio transmitting is that you don't really need line of sight, and for this particular unit, the RF603C, it works up to 100 meters away, so that's one less thing to worry about. So but for radio transmitter, you do need an extension, and that is the flash trigger itself. So that is pretty much it about how to do wireless flashing, basically optical slave system or radio transmitter system, and they are both actually quite straightforward and easy to use. So thank you for watching my video, and if you like my video, please leave me a like, and if you have any questions or comments, just leave them below, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.